create nutrient-rich soil for bigger, more beautiful flowers and vegetables.
These babies were born in Troy-built soil.
And right now, you can get 0% financing, plus free freight and a free accessory. Call for information on the complete Troy-built line.
This tiller will last longer than me.
This is the land that Troy built. Call now and join us.
Tonight at 8 p.m., brace yourself for storm stories. A tornado rages through a neighborhood.
It's coming toward our house.
See for yourself the awesome power.
I remember a sound like an explosion.
Plus, sheets of ice 4 inches thick.
I realized that something major was coming.
Relive the most destructive natural disaster in Canada's history.
People were actually suffering from hypothermia.
Watch a new series from the Weather Channel, Storm Stories, tonight at 8 Eastern and Pacific.
Storm Stories, tonight at 8 on the Weather Channel. And now, here's your local on the 8s.
You're watching the Weather Channel. Live by it.
A round of wintry weather whipped commuters in Washington, D.C. this morning. Find out if you'll face it for your ride home.
And after a damp morning, the question you're asking in Atlanta is, will I need my umbrella for the afternoon commute? Well, we have the answer just ahead in Weather Center. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nick Walker.
And I'm Kim Perez. Well, mix some juicy air from the Gulf with some cold air from the north, and what do you get?
Kinds of conditions you're finding this morning from Cincinnati to Washington, D.C. and beyond. We're talking about a messy mix of rain and snow, sleet, in some cases freezing rain, and you'll continue to have to watch out for some icy spots. We think around Philadelphia on down toward Baltimore this morning and even into the afternoon hours. Notice the temperatures, the highs today won't get much above freezing, if at all. Back toward Pittsburgh, I think you'll stay snow. That's where you're going to stay below freezing. But it's Philadelphia that we're a little bit concerned about. We have been concerned about it during the morning drive. We'll be concerned about it into the afternoon hours as well, as we continue to see that wintry mix of snow and rain and maybe even some ice on some of the overpasses. 28 degrees right now at Philadelphia and New York City, 25 in Boston. There's Albany with 16 degrees. Now these are the kind of high temperatures you saw yesterday, so a much warmer time for you today. 13 degrees warmer in New York City, warmer by 16 around Philadelphia, around Boston, we should say. And it is here in Boston where we've continued to see the chance of a little bit more snow, but most of the precipitation staying toward the south of you. We'll continue to see snow to the north, a mixture of rain and snow as we get into Philadelphia and around Baltimore too. New York City, still a few more snowflakes left to fall, but probably only about an inch or so of accumulation of wet snow. Back towards Pittsburgh, you're still continuing to see the snow as you have all morning long, and back into the central portions of Ohio, a little bit more snow left to fall. All in all, probably an inch or two at the most, if that. In some cases, it's just going to be rain from the mid-Atlantic southward. So a mixture of precipitation continues with temperatures a little bit above freezing, staying a little bit above freezing, but clearer skies tomorrow. Kim?
A century of weather and erosion is taking its toll in one Oklahoma community. One house in the town of Wilburton partially collapsed when supports collapsed in an underground mine. The supports are made of wood, and after 100 years it's giving way, opening huge sinkholes that officials say could spread. Now, is rain ahead to help potentially speed up the process? We sure hope not. It looks like for most of Texas we're going to stay dry today, maybe a little morning rain in Houston over with, and we think that rain is spreading eastward into the Carolinas later on today. We'll get temperatures way above the average. In the 50s in Atlanta, 53 for your forecast in Charlotte. And already temperatures, wow, wait till you see them in the 60s in some areas. 72 in Tampa, enjoy a very nice day. And in Orlando, we should get to about 74 degrees. Here's the front. This one's coming eastward. Now, we don't have cold air in place in the south, so it's going to be an all-rain event. Fog is a problem. South Texas, Corpus Christi, Victoria. It's been a mess all morning. Visibility is down to 1/4 mile. Give yourself plenty of time this morning, folks. But for the Carolinas, especially the coastal areas, the Piedmont, all looking at dry weather now, but it's a matter of time that rain gets to you, folks. 52 in Atlanta, 51 in Nashville, very mild out ahead of this front. In the 60s here in southern Arkansas, wow, that's even higher than our average high. So we're going to see a mild day, but a lot of clouds and some rain with this too. And it is coming into Atlanta. Already some rain out there this morning off and on, and we see a lot more of it now. So give yourself plenty of time, and it's going to be here even for the rush home. So just expect a slow commute this afternoon, folks, or heading out to eat later tonight. Take your umbrella. We'll pick up a 1/2 inch to an inch. In some areas, good news. It's been pretty dry here in the south for this month anyway. By tonight, the front just about through Birmingham, and looks like Montgomery is through by tomorrow morning. But we'll keep rain here along the coast, and looks like here in Savannah, also into Myrtle Beach. While in Dallas, we stay dry all week, actually getting to the 70s, way above our average by Sunday. Let's check in with the Midwest. Here's next.
Where it's a colder but clearer time. Not necessarily in Cincinnati, though. Drivers had to take care this morning. Snow fell on the ride to work. You also saw some rain and even some fog. Let's see if that messy weather is going to stick with you. Well, at least for a little bit longer, I think, here around Cincinnati. Though we are clearing back toward your west, it is still going to be kind of a mixture of snow and rain here around the southern portions of Ohio. You've seen as much as 5 inches in portions of Ohio today. Kenton, Bellefontaine with 5 inches of snow on the ground. And back toward Elwood, Indiana, about 3 inches left. Still some falling in that area, too. We'll continue to see those temperatures very cold, not really getting up much above where it is right now around Chicago at 23 degrees. There's Minneapolis with 4 and 17 below at International Falls. The snow, the rain pushing eastward, and it is a mixture of both here throughout portions of the Midwest. Even a few snowflakes back toward Ohio and into Nebraska, too. Indianapolis, the snow is over for you. Still some falling around the Cincinnati area, but we could see a mixture of precipitation as we get through the day. Very little in the way of accumulation of snowfall here. Tomorrow, expect to see some temperatures warming up and clearer skies, but some more wintry weather is on the way. Minneapolis, you'll see much warmer weather by the time we get toward the weekend. Now, moving toward the west. Kim?
Well, we have more precipitation coming into the Pacific Northwest, Nick, and that'll be with us all day long. Look at the clouds coming in. So expected here in Seattle and Portland. For the rest of us, though, it is going to be dry. Not too bad. 45 in Las Vegas. It's 32 currently here in Salt Lake City. And the only place getting the rain is here into Oregon and Washington. And snow levels are really high. So traveling the passes, you're probably going to be dealing with rain. Nick?
Well, ski fans, we're already thinking weekend. But will some new powder dust your favorite slopes? The answer comes later in your weekend outlook. Now it's time for your local on the 8s. Stay right here.
There's never been anything like this high-powered European engineered machine. With 6 speeds, stainless interior, and energy efficiency that will take you farther on 15.8 gallons than on everyone else's 42.4. The Kenmore Elite HE3T washer. It simply outperforms every other American machine in its class. In fact, it takes doing laundry in a whole new direction.
Now you can help manage your diabetes anytime, anywhere with Lucerna, delicious bars and shakes that are clinically proven to help manage glucose levels. Try Lucerna. It's time for a taste of freedom.
It's lunchtime. Do you know where your baby food came from? Gerber does. We know which field, which orchard your baby's veggies and fruits come from. And only Gerber has Nature Lock for that fresh picked taste. Shouldn't your baby be a Gerber baby?
You splish and splash. Splish and splash. Now your pasta's going down the drain, and your family's got hunger pains. Not anymore. Introducing Pasta Pro Cooker, the spill-free way to cook, drain, and serve perfect pasta. Just place in your favorite pasta. When it's ready, turn the lid to the locking position. Then easily pour the water out and keep the pasta in. Now you can cook, drain, and serve mountains of spaghetti all in one saucepan. Make delicious linguine with clams with no extra dishes. Pasta Pro is so dependable, not even a heavy sack of potatoes can remove the top. You can cook, drain, mix, and serve mashed potatoes all in one saucepan.
It costs less than buying